Bussi. I am one of two Poets Laureate in Madison, and this is Wendy's and my last time in front of you, bringing poets to you. So before I introduce tonight's poet, I would like to just quickly say a thank you to all of you for making this program possible for us. When we talk to poets around the state and nation about this program, which we do not infrequently, this is one feature that they are always impressed by and always curious about. And it has been an honor and a privilege to be able to bring so many poets from the Madison community, their voices and visions to this space. Thank you. And it is a real thrill to be able to close out our tenure here with Professor Rube'n Medina tonight. Professor Medina is a poet, a translator, and a scholar. He specializes in Mexican and Chicano literature and culture, intellectual history, film studies, and Mexican migration to the United States. He is widely published, having authored articles in journals and books on masculinity, violence, modern and postmodern hybridity, global melodrama, otherness, and neo-avant-garde poetic movements, as well as his own poems, most recently in the reissued collection Nomadic Nation, reissued by Cowfeather Press. He received the National Endowment for the Arts Fellowship in Poetry, as well as other poetry awards. His poems have been included in dozens of Mexican, Latin American, and US Latino anthologies. He is currently working on a book on the Infrarealist movement, of which he was a founding member in Mexico City in the mid-1970s. Since 1997, he has been involved with various UW-Madison study abroad programs in Latin America and Spain. He is also the faculty director for the International Learning Community and the Global Cultures Certificate Program. Professor Medina.
Thank you for including me in your agenda. And to be here also, I'm very glad to be here for also honoring Sarah Bussi and Wendy Bardenman. I'm just going to read this poem, Applying for Citizenship, just a few lines so you understand where I'm coming from and about the poem. I had been living in this country for 37 years as a permanent resident, and every time that I go out of the country and come back, I had a very interesting experience with immigration officers. When I hand my green card, you know, there's silence, they're looking at me in a very weird way, and some of the officers dare to ask me why you haven't become a US citizen. And then I wrote this poem about that. Here, my fellow citizens are my conditions. English-only speakers should pay higher taxes. The welfare system should be abolished for big corporations. America should be dropped from the name of this country. Absentee ballots should be allowed for undocumented workers only. The Statue of Liberty should be moved to LA Airport, San Isidro Boulevard, or someplace in Oklahoma. The White House should be moved to Puerto Rico, the Congress to Harlem, the United Nations to Wounded Knee. Half of the billboards in the country should be given to poets or anyone who wants to imagine the nation, the other half to children. People who say this is the greatest country in the world should do volunteer work for the homeless, sing the national anthem backwards, or attend every death sentence carried out in the nation. Bibles should be in hotels just one day a month. Every other day, authors and books should include El Aleph, Salman Rushdie, Popul Vuh, Maria Luisa Puga, Karl Marx, Langston Hughes, Joy Harjo, Gloria Saldúa, John Osaka, and so on. All Karl has intimated that he preferred Mondays. Commercials on TV should be limited to 1 minute every hour. The Cuban national baseball team should play in the major leagues. Brooklyn should be the official language of Brooklyn. Mi mami, the official language of Miami. Pocho, the language of East LA. All military forces in foreign lands should return within 30 days. They have the option of staying in those countries and blending in. People who do not use cards should be given free monthly tickets on an airline. More petitions when I become a citizen of my nation of others. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a good reminder as to why we do this. Thank you again.